Thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm JB Bryan, the President and Chief Investment Officer at JB Bryan Financial Group. Today we're talking about the stock market. A big principle of AfroEconomics is knowledge. So we're getting our knowledge on today. This is the AfroEconomics Our Black Wealth Matters book. And this is the AfroEconomics Black Wealth Matters, and I keep it on my vehicle, and they're in the bookstore, and it's in the bookstore. And if you download the app, the AfroEconomics app, download the app, there is a special discount coupon in there for book purchases. So make sure that you empower yourself and your family during this season. And I'm going to be with you throughout the holidays, celebrating everything from Christmas to Kwanzaa. Let's make sure that we stay empowered. And New Year's Eve, I'm going to be live talking about the principles of Afroeconomics. And inside the book, we have the Adinkra symbols, West African symbols that add to the empowerment and the experience. And I hope you will experiment with this and allow Afroeconomics to empower your family. And the principle, I was opening the book because I wanted to share with you the importance of principle 4, knowledge, fourth principle of Afroeconomics. And I have here, what you don't know can hurt you. So we're talking about all of the excitement on television about the stock market. The Dow is approaching record highs, and the record high that it is approaching, because it's been like reaching, so I should say it's approaching a milestone of 20,000 for the Dow. To make you think about it, in 1987, the Dow went from 1,000 to 2,000, and everyone was excited about that. Now we're at 20,000 for the Dow. And remember, make sure you Google the Dow components, because the Dow Jones Industrial Average that is talked about every day actually only represents how many? 30 stocks. So make sure you get in tune with what the Dow Jones is. So that's why you actually could have the Dow reaching record highs, but you might be like a lot of Black households that don't hold any investments in the stock market. So that's what Afroeconomics is about, us expanding our knowledge so that we can fully participate in opportunities that are out there with knowledge, because it's not just about getting in the stock market, it's about knowing what we're doing. Afroeconomics actually has investment portfolios for you, and the portfolios have done very well, in my opinion. and they're actually, and you can make sure you reach out to me so that I can give you individual details. And in 2017, you will be able to go into the Afroeconomics website and the JB Bryan website, and you will be able to open up your investment account and see where you are and see which portfolio best matches you. And we're going to be talking a lot more about that. And that's why I'm really focusing on stock investments, because each of the Afroeconomics portfolios have different percentages of stock exposure in different small companies, large companies, different types of stock exposure based on the risk score that you come out. So my first step is to find out, what is your risk tolerance? How do you feel about volatility? And then once I've discovered that, I will match you with the appropriate Afroeconomics portfolio. And we have everything from Afroeconomics aggressive growth to Afroeconomics is very conservative. So it's based on your specific needs and your financial goals. So that's a think about. So remember, we just talked about for the Dow Jones is a milestone for the Dow Jones, but you have to make sure that you set up an investment portfolio, that you protect your family's finances so that you can be reaching milestones for yourself and your family financially as well. And that's what Afroeconomics is here for you, to help you feel more confident, to help you explore more options, to help you discover more financial things as they become relevant, I want to make sure that I include them in our weekly discussions. And I also have AfroEconomics membership. And the first membership meeting for 2017 is going to be on a Saturday, the last Saturday. I'm going to hold it in the Virginia office, and we're going to discuss specific things that are more intense and more appropriate for members who actually will sign for a financial agreement, and they will actually be participating in quarterly meetings with me and everything. So make sure that you check out the membership portion of AfroEconomics and get on board, join the movement. So let's talk about just some key tips, and I'm gonna let you go because I know that you all are very busy, being very, very focused. I'm sure that the holidays has not slowed you down. Don't let it happen. So I have about 5 points that I want to make sure that I do, because I'll start talking. I am, as you can tell, as you've seen over these years, I can talk, and I really truly feel your spirit. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't bring in on Facebook today, so I know that they're like, what in the world? But I got to get them to come on over to live streaming on YouTube like you all are doing. I appreciate it. Send me the comments, and I'm going to try to do better so that I can look at your comments and to figure out the Google Hangout, and the connection there. So, but now I just try to make sure that I bring my information correct before I start adding or try to interact with you more and more. So let's talk about these things. Let's talk about understanding stocks and understanding stock and investing. My first point that I want to share is that your temperament can make you more money than your IQ, and it's so true. And I've heard that quoted, but I agree. I definitely agree with that. That I feel that that our state of mind and our ability to stay sound and stay at a point of just basic principles and not get involved in emotion will help us, in stock picking and portfolio development and in our careers, in so many aspects of your life, that actually making sure that you keep a good temperament of AfroEconomics, following those principles of AfroEconomics will definitely help you keep the right temperament to maximize the opportunities. And I've written here that I suggest seeking long-term market surviving mindset. So seeking a long-term market surviving wealth building mindset. That's Bryan. So definitely make sure that that you focus on making sure that you realize that that you don't make changes or allow a fear or short-term things that happen financially to take you off course of your long-term financial goals that you have for you. And the first principle of AfroEconomics is legacy, really developing a relationship with why we do what we do, why you work every day, why are you building that business, why are you doing what you do, so that when it gets tough and you go, oh, or caught up in the emotion, like right now in the holidays, so many people are overspending and not really thinking about what's going on and the growth opportunities that are there in the marketplace if they take the time to research and develop a relationship with someone like myself, which it could help as well. So number two, another point, do only what you understand. Invest in stocks, invest in understand mutual funds. If you understand ETFs, only invest in things that you understand. If we're talking about individual stock purchases, send you an inbox or email and this is doubled over this particular time period and things like that. Don't just jump on the bandwagon. There's a danger there. Make sure that you understand that you invest only in companies that you fully understand. Only invest in investments that you fully understand, that you fully have researched, that you fully get, that you get it. If somebody says, well, what did you do? Where did you put your money? How are you investing? That you can really explain it. There's so many people that I meet, and they can't even explain to me why or how they got that particular stock that they have, why they're getting these statements. They don't know. Like sometimes it was a spinoff of another stock that developed an account at another place. And so many people have everything they need, but they haven't taken the time to really understand what they have going on. So make sure that you don't fall victim to that you understand everything that you're considering. If you're excited about what's going on in the stock market, don't just do whatever someone tells you to do. Even if it was me, I think it is my responsibility, and I go out of my way to make sure that my clients understand what they are doing. That's true empowerment. It's about empowerment. A third point is to plan for the worst case scenario. Plan for volatility. Plan for, that if everything is going up and it's going up and it's going up, and you're constantly seeing things in your portfolio going higher. Plan for the unexpected. I believe that one good way to plan for volatility is that even if you're saying I only do stocks, make sure you diversify across different types of stocks, different industries, different companies. I've seen people who have stocks 100% in their portfolio, but it's all in their one company stock where they work. There's other investment options, but if you want that, you must realize the risk involved, that you are fully exposed, and sure is all based on the performance of this one company, this one stock. So just know that you always know what you're doing, because there's no victims when it comes to money. That you cannot afford for you to be the reason that you did not accomplish your financial goals, right? So if you're watching this, I know that that's not going to happen to you. So make sure that you plan to have or plan for volatility. If your plan for volatility is that I know that this is going to happen, I know it's going to go down, I know, I'm okay if I lose half of the money, that I'm still going to stay in for the long term. If that's your plan, write it down at the beginning, so that if you become nervous, you'll remember, oh, okay, I said that and I anticipated this, and or set, if it goes down this amount, then you want to, what is your strategy? What do you want to do? And then so just make sure that you consider the worst case scenario in any portfolio situation or any investment decisions that you make. If you're putting your entire life savings into something that you know nothing about, realize the risk involved. So think about that. So number 4 is consider dollar cost averaging. And that's dollar cost averaging is when you set up a certain amount of money that you want to put away. And you might want to put away $100,000. You might have $100,000 that you need to invest, but you don't want to put it all in the market right now. So you might decide that every month I'm going to put $10,000 and add it to the market, or add it to this particular stock, or add it to this particular portfolio, but only in $10,000 increments. But dollar cost averaging allows you to, if this is the peak of the market, then you're not putting all of it in at these peak prices. You're adding to your position when the market goes down, and you're still adding the next month. Then you're able to purchase more shares than you got the last month when it was higher. So in that case, dollar cost averaging allows a down market to work to your benefit. So that's definitely something for you to consider, that if you're worried about if everything's going to go down from here, then consider dollar cost averaging. And that's that dollar cost averaging is what you're doing at work or into your IRAs, where you're putting in a percentage of your income every month. You're benefiting from the market going down, because that $500 that you're putting in each month actually is purchasing you more when the market is lower. If the share prices of that stock or the unit prices of that particular investment are lower, then you're getting more shares with that $500. So you want to make sure that you consider that as a way to help you take advantage of high and low marketplace. So, and then a final point about understanding stocks and understanding, and we'll continue to talk about this because remember, I'm having longer sessions on stock investing in January. DC is January 7th, and Virginia is on January 14th, and I'm having the New Year's Eve session. So we'll see that even. As I left my phone over there, but I'm going to continue. Let's continue to watch the market. Let's see if the Dow reaches that 20,000, and then also we have the rest of the year. So we'll keep in touch on this, but we have to remember that what the Dow represents, and that may not represent any portion of your portfolio. So because you may not have any money in stocks. And if you want to learn more about stocks, please subscribe to my channel. Please reach out and talk to me, jb@afroeconomics.com. Register at afroeconomics.com, and definitely get the book, get the app, and get a discount on your book purchase. There's a discount code in there. And a final point, avoid trading too much. And yeah, because that's true. We've got so much internet trading and to your accounts, and you might even be doing this with your work plan. They might say that you can trade every day, and you're just going in there and you're like, oh, this is the highest it's going to get, and you're selling, and you go back there and you're making all these transactions every day. So I wrote down to make sure I share that. I know it's hard, but try not to overreact to short-term events. Focus on the company's values and not the share price. So focus on the value of the company that you're investing in. And this is specifically for individual stock purchases. If you have investments in an individual stock and you're getting nervous about it every day, and you're watching the news, and you're trying to figure out what you do, and so you just keep trading and buying and selling and buying and selling, that you could be losing out on opportunities, allowing the first point I was sharing about your emotions and you're not having the proper temperament, and you're not focusing on your long-term financial goals. And here you should be really focusing on the value of the company. Is the price down because of the company is not going to be the company is doing terrible now and something has drastically changed in the management of the company or their product? Or is it down because it's a bad market period? There's been some news about interest rates. It could be anything, but just make sure that you're in tune. You focus on the core of your investment and your financial goals instead of getting excited about these short-term changes that might cost you over the long term. Someone posted on Facebook today, he said, don't let your emotions control your reactions, or don't let your emotions control your reactions, because it can be expensive. Don't let but the deeper point is that your emotions can help you make reactions, but don't let your emotions, really control what you do. Try to make sure that your temperament overcomes, and your sense of rational behavior, your sense of, I know better than this. This is what JB talked about. And, I can't just jump out just because of there's been some sort of political change, or Congress is arguing, or things like that. So just be very careful. Focus on the point of the investment. Focus on what you're trying to get out of the investment. Focus on why you purchased it in the first place. Do those things still exist? Is it still well managed? Is it still making good money? Are they still outperforming their competitors? Look at all of the criteria that you might have had for it at the beginning. And then also always consider getting professional help when you're talking about your life savings, when you're talking about building for your future, because our Black wealth matters, and it's time for us to take control of our money. So I'm JB Bryan, and I'm the President and Chief Investment Officer at JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of AfroEconomics. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. God bless you all. And please let me know if you have any additional details. Didn't want to keep you too long, but I appreciate you watching. For those viewers out there, I really appreciate you. Don't hesitate to email me because I appreciate the response. I get some really good emails, and I appreciate it. Get the book as well. And I look forward to talking to you next week. That'll be our last one for this year. And then on New Year's Eve, I guess I won't, New Year's Eve, but I come in on at 12. So that will actually be 2017. So check that out on the website so that you can register for the event, so that I can get you all on the conference call, because on New Year's Eve, I do want it to be live and I want it to be empowering. God bless you. Take care.